Logility enhances the customer experience at Berry Global. Well, joining us today to speak about that, David Walsh, Vice President, Supply Chain and Customer Experience at Berry Global. David, it's good to see you. Welcome.
Thanks for having me today.
Barry, I know that the company's been around 10 years or more, and over those years, the customer needs have clearly evolved and changed. Characterize for us what those may have been, what challenges you faced during that period of time, and how it is that brought Logility into the picture.
Sure. Actually, Berry Global's been around since the late 60s. We've had a relationship with Logility, though, for the last 10 to 15, really. The original date escapes me. But we've had a partnership with them for a long time. I think for us, the things that have changed over the period since we first started working with Logility to now, we've seen tremendous growth. Berry Global, we grow by acquisition. We're constantly folding new businesses in. And Logility's really given us a platform to grow that business as we've gotten more complex, as our customer needs have changed, as our supply chain maturity has grown. Logility's been there through all of that for us, really sort of ready with solutions when we were ready for them, and has been a great platform to us to grow and continue delivering an exceptional customer experience.
I was going to ask you this a little bit later on in the interview about Berry Global itself, but perhaps in order to better understand what the customer needs have been, talk to us a little bit about Berry Global. What does it do?
Sure. So Berry Global is one of the biggest companies people have never heard of. We are a Fortune 500 plastic packaging provider. So we sell products that our customers use to protect the products that they're selling out into the market. So whether that's selling into CPGs who are taking our products and putting their food products in, or their consumer packaged goods in, we support the ag industry, selling all kinds of products that help keep agriculture safe, and a whole lot of other markets that need to be able to protect the products that they're making.
So, all right. So then let's talk about the challenge or challenges that led you to network with, to sign up with, to work with Logility.
Sure. So, I think if I look back 10 or 15 years ago, and this was, candidly before my time, but, we were running on an ERP system. We were doing a lot of planning in Excel and offline methodologies. Things were very disconnected. And, the vision really from the start with Logility was to get to that end-to-end visibility, right? To start maturing, and consolidating and connecting our demand planning, our supply planning, our inventory planning. And, I mentioned earlier that Logility's really been there and helpful for our maturity growth. I would say when we first put it in, I don't know that we were ready to really take advantage of all those bells and whistles. But the nice thing about the solution was we were able to scale it to where we were at the time. Certainly we were able to get better immediately. But in the time since then, what I've found is that we've really been able to grow with it. So as our team has gotten stronger, as we brought more talent into the organization from a supply chain planning perspective, the tool has really grown up with us, and Logility's been a great partner in helping us take advantage of new functionality that's coming online, or things that have been there for a long time that maybe we weren't quite ready to use, or maybe our needs have changed, as our customers become more demanding, as our supply chain becomes more complex. The tool's really been there for us.
Well, in point of fact, supply chains do become more complex over time. Customer needs do evolve over time, and you've been working with a very scalable tool. Is that all correct?
Yeah, that's all correct.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about then, once you've been in this relationship, which is, I say, you tell me is 10 or 15 years now?
I want to say it was about 2007 or 2008 when we first put in Logility. So we're knocking on 15 years now.
Yeah. Can you more specifically drill down into the solution itself, what it is they've brought to the table?
Sure, absolutely. So I think number one for us, and the thing where it all starts, is it's a really exceptional demand planning tool. And, we have a really rock solid demand planning team that is wrapped around that tool, and a good process, right? And all those three things, everybody, I think in supply chain, I hope at least, knows that you really have to marry those three things together, right? You have to have the right team, you have to have the right process in place, but all that kind of falls down if you don't have this right software and the right tools supporting the process. So for us, it starts with a demand planning tool that helps us deliver a consensus forecast that really has trust and credibility throughout the business, and allows a pretty small team really to manage a huge number of SKUs in our organization. And then for us, where not where we started, but certainly where we've gotten to now, is that one number forecast feeds all the way down through our inventory planning. What are our safety stocks going to need to be? How are, to your point about customer experience, how are we going to balance lead times and service? Where are we going to deploy inventory to do that? And then all the way down into replenishment planning, so that we know what we need to make, where we need to make it, and when we need to make it.
So people, process, technology, you've got the whole thing working for you there. Anybody that's viewing this video, listening to you now speaking, is going to want to know more specifically, tell me the benefits. I know what your challenge was. I know who it is you have partnered with. Tell me what you're realizing by dint of this partnership. Walk us through that.
Yeah. I mean, I think for us, it's, just all the benefits that you get from having that integrated end-to-end supply chain. You get visibility to where your demand's coming from. You get visibility to your forecast accuracy and where you have opportunities for improvement there, all the way down to your replenishment planning and, in the manufacturing environment, all the way down to the shop floor and how you're doing your production scheduling. Having all that connected on one end-to-end system allows all your teams to talk together at different points of the process, keeps you out of spreadsheets as much as possible. Certainly, we're still in Excel for a fair amount of our work and always working to move more of that into the tool. But if you don't have a platform to build and grow that on, then you're sort of stuck where you are.
All right. And going forward, you're not going to be stuck where you are. What do you see happening? What's the evolution?
Right. So, we're really excited to get into things like probabilistic demand planning. We're working right now on extending our end-to-end planning all the way down through into our purchasing processes and, controlling service and working capital on that end as well. So we're always looking to make better use of the tool, partner with Logility to improve the tool. This really is sort of a continuous improvement and a continuous growth proposition in our minds.
All right. So enhances demand planning and the customer experience. David Walsh, I'm so glad that you had found the time to sit down and speak with us. A great conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's David Walsh speaking with us today about its partnership with Logility. Thanks for watching.